LeBron James is one of the most profound basketball players in the world, but he, along with many other NBA players, have been without a job now for the last 4 months. Now we're ready to kick off the NBA regular season, and we're here tonight with LeBron James to talk to us about why we haven't seen NBA basketball during this time. He is here to tell us how he and the other big-time players have kept their cool during this lockout period. Good evening, Mr. James. Thanks for being with us this evening.
No problem.
Why don't you tell our viewers why there hasn't been an NBA game yet this season?
I'll try to make this as simple as I can. With many of the all-star players in this sport, along with myself, we are the ones who make the NBA a known sport worldwide. Without us sticking together, this organization will not engross such success. But when our owners want to take away the revenue that we produce, then we have no choice than to fight back. At the start of the summer after the NBA Finals, I was ready to relax, chill with the family, and have a little downtime. Once I heard that the lockout was in effect, I worried with drastic measures. I had no time to work on these biceps. There they are. But more importantly, I would have no income for playing the sport that I love. A week later, following the lockout announcement, my homeboy Dwayne Wade called me up. I told him that I was worried sick that the regular season might be done, but he came right out and told me, LeBron, relax. The NBA players need to stay together and weather the storm as one. He explained how many of the players, along with the Players Union, want to hold out and not give in until we reach a responsible agreement with the owners. He advised that I follow in the footsteps of my fellow teammates and all that as well. Instead of making a fool of myself and trying to plead for my job back right away, I realized that everyone was making the right approach with their actions. Like I said before, players such as Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and myself have put the NBA amongst the top of the professional sports leagues around the world, and we deserve to get paid for it.
So what did you focus on personally while the lockout was in effect?
Even though the NBA season had its downtime, I was still a busy bee during the off-season. I was asked to represent the Players Union in a meeting with the owners in New York City during late August to try to devise a plan to start the NBA season on time. I knew what the players wanted, and I followed up with their guidelines. We wanted to equal the revenue split between both sides, but they failed to cooperate with our offer. Therefore, I had no choice other than to close the meeting and wait for another meeting to try to solve this NBA lockout problem. A few days later, I overheard this stellar idea report on ESPN on how a few of the NBA All-Stars were proposing to have a small tour around the country and play for charity. I quickly jumped up on the idea and called Dwayne Wade to sign me up. People need to know that basketball never stops, and we are the prime example of that. I was able to go back in time and relive my days playing football. When I saw my boy KD playing with some college kids in flag football on Twitter, I knew I would follow up along and ask for some competition. I thought to myself, if Kevin can toy with some college kids and have some fun, why not join up and add LeBron James to the mix, you know? Here, I got a little something for you guys. Check it out. There he is, Mr. King James running down the field. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, pick six? Is that what I see coming? Yeah, you know what it is. That's how your boy King James does it. But more importantly, now that the fall season is coming around, I still needed to have my preseason workouts in, along with the rest of the team. Since the lockout made all the facilities, training, and rehab centers owned by NBA teams off limits, we all had to find an alternative. Some of my good friends in the league determined to play overseas instead of trying to find something here in the States, but that wasn't for me. I knew that if I joined up with a team and pursued to play with a foreign team, I wouldn't know what my future would hold if an agreement had reached, and in this case it has. So instead, Dwayne Wade told me that he had been interested in gathering some players and training in his household. I had to go along with the idea. I mean, Dwayne Wade's house is amazing. You have no idea. I mean, you got 80-inch plasma screen TVs left and right. You have a brand new state-of-the-art aerobics room and weight room in his basement. I mean, the guy lives like Bill Gates in a just luxurious home. And giving us the opportunity to work out in his home is just unreal. I went along with my teammates' actions and glad he took the opportunity to do this. And in all, with the agreement finally being met by the players' union and owners, the players around the league won't have to scrap around to find something to do. We all can finally get back to doing something we love and put a spectacular show, once again, to the NBA fans around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. James. Bye-bye.